Good morning, students. Hope you all are doing well. So, as we already completed half of the portion of the chapter 2, now we will look for the another topic, that is eating for weight control. It means if you are eating too much and not being physically active, it will make you overweight, right? So, to maintain your weight, what you have to do? Uh, the calorie you eat must equal the energy you burn, right? And if you are healthy, if you are feeling that you are healthy or overweight, you must burn more calorie than you eat through physical activity or through participating in any game. Now, in this, we will discuss some points, that is pitfalls of dieting, food intolerance, and food myths. Clear? So, first, we will go through the pitfalls of dieting. See, students, nowadays everybody wants to look slim and fit, right? And people, those who are overweight, they use various methods to lose their weight. For that, most of them they choose dieting. So, in the initial stage, the result looks good, but after that, it adds more weight. And even researchers also says that 90% of dieters again gain their weight, right? So there are lots of side effect of dieting, like headache, hungry. You can see in this picture, confused, feeling dizzy, shaky, right? So we can say if you really want to lose your weight, we should eat healthy food and perform exercise on the daily basis. Or as I already told you in previous slide, that if you want to lose your weight, you must burn more calorie than you eat. You can see I have listed here some pitfalls of dieting. So the first one is extreme reduction of calorie. See, people who diet, they reduce their meal. Because of that, they get less calories, which result a huge weight loss, which can be danger for their health, right? See, students, as we all know, a men need 1200 to 1600 calorie and women need 1000 to 1200 calorie per day, right? So, if they are taking less calorie as given, it will affect their internal organ. So, through this, we can say they cannot live a healthy life, right? So, now our second point is restriction on some nutrients. So students, as we all know, our body needs all type of nutrients, but normally we restrict carbs and fat in our meal when we are on dieting. So in the absence of these nutrients, our body will not function properly, right? Now, the third point is skipping meals. So while dieting for weight loss, people used to skip their meal. It will slow their metabolic rate. As you know, slow metabolic rate gains weight very easily. So skipping your meals work against your weight loss plan. So try to avoid that. Now the another point is intake of calorie through beverages. See students, when we are on dieting, we only focus on what to eat and what to avoid, right? But we never think about drinks like juice, coffee, tea. They also have a good amount of calories, which contribute in weight gain. Clear? Now, the another point is intake of label food. So, most of the dieting person prefers such food which labeled as sugar free, low calories, no fat, or we can say fat free, right? So, these type of product contain almost similar calories as normal food. Like three chocolates biscuit contain 140 calories, okay, and three non fat cookies contain 120 calories. So people think they are taking few calories, so they tend to eat more, but at the end they are consuming more calories. Okay, now the last one is not exercising. See, if you go on dieting and do not exercise, it will work against the weight loss program, and instead of losing weight you will gain more weight. Clear, students? Now, the other topic is food intolerance. It is a digestive problem that occur after a certain food is eaten. Or in simple word, you can say students, certain food that cannot be properly absorbed by our digestive system is called food intolerance. Okay. So, students, sometimes people get confused between food intolerance and food allergy. So, food allergies are caused by your immune system, and food intolerance is a digestive problem, right? For example, being allergic to milk is different from not being able to digest it properly. Okay. See, students, some person can tolerate a reasonable amount of food, but if they eat too much, or we can say if they eat too often, they get symptom of food intolerance. Clear? So basically, students, this is not life threatening, but still we should take care of our diet. Okay. Now you can see here I have written some causes of food intolerance. So the first one is absence of enzyme. See, students, as we all know, enzymes are needed to digest food properly. Okay. And if some of enzymes are missing, or we can say enzymes are insufficient, then proper digestion can be difficult. Okay. Now, the second one is chemical causes like amines in cheese and caffeine in coffee. These kind of chemical can be cause of food intolerance. Clear? Now, the third one is food poisoning. See, students, some foods naturally have toxic effect. Okay, so this can be also a cause of food intolerance, and we can say illness is also a cause of food intolerance. Okay, now we will look some symptom of food intolerance. As you can see in this picture, lots of symptoms can be seen like vomiting, diarrhea, bad breath, stomach pain, abdominal cramping, headache, moodiness, etc. So these are the symptom of food intolerance. Clear? Now we will go through the management of food intolerance. So, individual can try some changes in diet, like he should avoid that particular food which is causing food intolerance. Okay, and if he don't know that which food causes problem, then he should go for the medical help, or in simple word, we can say he should go and consult with experts. Right? There are some therapies also which can helpful in management of food intolerance, like fructose intolerance therapy, lactose intolerance therapy, histamine intolerance therapy, right? These therapies are given by the experts, okay? And it is very helpful to managing food intolerance. Clear? Now, our last topic is food myths. Myth means a widely held but false belief or idea, okay? And food myths means a legendary story about food, or in simple word we can say just about every day in the media and from friends we used to hear some nutritional advice, right? And many people just believe everything on here, and whatever they read is truth. But see, students, many questions like what to eat, when to eat, and how often to eat, these questions usually confuse most of the individuals, right? And we believe in such myths because they sounds like they could be true, right? And so see, nowadays we have scientific knowledge, and on the basis of that knowledge we should not believe in any type of food myths. Clear? Here I have listed down some food myths. So the first one is potato makes you fat. We used to think the foods with high carbs like rice, potato increase our body weight. But now we know that carbohydrate preferred energy source of body, right? So there is no problem in taking potatoes in moderate quantity, okay? Now the second one is fat free product will help you in losing weight. See, fat free labeled food have more calories as written on the product. So most of the person eat more quantity of labeled food because they think they are taking less calorie. So ultimately this causes weight gain. Okay. Now next one is egg increase cholesterol level, so avoid them. See, students, as we all know, eggs are good for health because it contain protein and vitamin A, vitamin B, zinc, iron, calcium, etc. So taking one egg cause no problem in the level of cholesterol. Okay. Now the fourth one is don't take milk after eating fish. This is a common myth. People think taking milk after eating fish will make them sick, and white spots will appear on their skin. Okay. But there is no scientific reason behind this. So these products can be taken together. Okay, students. So the last point is exercise makes you eat more. See, exercise burns calorie, so you can feel hungry after exercise. But studies in this area don't says that person who do exercise consume more calorie than who don't exercise. Okay, so we can say there is no truth in this statement. Clear? So students, don't believe in these myths without any fact. Okay. Thank you, students. I hope this lesson is clear to all. And if you have any doubt, please ask. Thank you.